Hi everyone, Grant K here for the Flame Premium Learning channel. In this video, we're going to examine a quick workflow to perform some digital makeup. This may not work in all scenarios, but it will definitely help you massage things into place if you feel the need. If you would like to follow along, please click the link in the YouTube description to download the media. If you're watching the podcast version of this video, then type the link displayed in your internet browser. Now, there is nothing wrong with the look of our talent. However, a decision has been made to lift her right cheek because the angle of the camera gives her an unbalanced appearance. If you do any beauty work or skincare commercials, it's not uncommon to alter someone's look, even give them a digital tummy tuck as an example. So how do we go about raising the talent's cheek? Starting in batch, I have the media being fed into the action background input. I also have added the same image as a media input. We'll use the extended bicubic surface to apply the changes to her face. If you did this before in a previous version of Flame Premium, hopefully you'll find this newer technique a lot easier. Firstly, change the surface type into an extended bicubic surface. Now we need the extended bicubic surface to only focus on the right side of the talent's face. To clarify what I'm about to do, switch to a dual view split with Alt-2. Call up the object view on the left with F8 and ensure the result view is on the right. Now, extended bicubic warping uses the principles of source and destination grids or splines. The UV points in the object view are the source, and the corresponding vertices in the result view are the destination. So if there is a difference between the points, you get warping. But if you lock them together, you can maneuver both grids so that no distortion occurs. In the Tools pull-down menu, switch the option to Move UV Vertex or press Shift-L. By moving the vertices and UV points simultaneously means that you can localize the warp with the extended bicubic surface. But the tangents are not adjusting as I move the vertices. This makes it difficult to shape the surface. So as a tip, switch to the Vertices menu. Enable Auto Adjust. So I'll position the four corners over this part of the face. I'll also adjust the tangents to shape the surface to her face. This is to ensure that when I lift the cheek, the surrounding areas of the face are also affected. Just to make this clear, I am using the boundaries of the surface to isolate a region of the talent's face. If I switch to the media list and turn the background off in action, you will see how the surface is only covering the right of her face. Now let's get back to surface detail and position some vertices. Go to the Vertices menu and subdivide the surface once. You can align the center vertex with the highlighted point of her cheek. Getting the basic shape and aligning the vertices will be fine for tracking. Later on, you could further subdivide the surface to refine the shape even more. Now switch back to Select mode. Moving any vertex will now result in a warp. But first, we must track the vertices to match the facial movement. Hold Ctrl and drag a box selection over all the vertices we need to track. Ensure the stabilizer is set to track each point and enter into the stabilizer tools. Now go ahead and set up the tracker boxes for the track. If needed, you can use the offset reference to track another point on her face if the initial position of the tracker box has nothing to track. As a reminder, if you don't use the offset reference and just move the tracker box, this will move the vertex of the extended bicubic surface out of its original position. Now analyze the movement. If you are happy with the result, exit the stabilizer. When you scrub the time bar, the first thing you should notice is that the vertices are tracked to the talent's face in the result view. However, the UV points are not tracked in the object view. This creates the wobbling warping effect you are seeing. To resolve this, just copy the animation to the UV points from within the Vertices menu. So scrubbing the time bar, you can see that the views are now in sync. So to lift the cheekbone, hold Ctrl and drag a box selection over the middle vertex. Reposition the cheek higher on the face. This will cause distortions to her eye, but we'll fix that shortly. You may want to scrub to the last frame and ensure the cheekbones are even and the alignment works for you. Now, further subdivide the mesh and reshape the eyebrow slightly. Please ensure that you do not adjust any vertex points on the edge of the surface. As long as the pixels on the edge of the surface don't change, the surface will remain aligned to the background. The remaining area to fix is the talent's eye. You could keep tweaking the vertices to get it right. Or you could just reveal the original eye back into the shot using an Action G mask. Switch the object view back into the action schematic. Control-click anywhere in the grey area to deselect all the objects in the schematic. Go to the Action Node bin and double-click on the G mask node. Draw a shape around the eye we want to bring back. Now switch to Add Point mode with the A hotkey. Hold Shift and drag out an edge gradient to soften the edges of the mask. Now if you are using multiple surfaces and compositing this all together, you might want to focus this mask on this particular surface. In the Tools menu, switch to the G-Mask link option or press Space G. Next, drag a blue connection from the G-Mask node to the extended bicubic surface. Finally, scrubbing the time bar, the G-Mask is not tracked with the surface. Connecting the G-Mask to the surface node will not apply the tracking data. Remember that vertex tracking does not carry over to other nodes in the branch like object tracking with an axis. So we need to track the G-Mask to the talent's face. We'll do this with shape tracking. Double-click on the G-Mask node and switch to the tracking menu. I am on the last frame of the shot, so I need to track backwards. Now click the Shape Track button. The shape should have enough detail to keep locked to the eye. Once the track is complete, I'll switch to a single view and turn off the icons with the I hotkey. Scrubbing the time bar, you might not think that there's too much of a difference. However, if you toggle between the background on F2 and the result on F4, you can see the big difference this adjustment has made. We've done a bit of work on a face, but this can also be used on other body parts to bulk someone up or slim someone down. You can also use multiple surfaces at the same time if you have to work on a lot of areas. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but sometimes our clients would like us to help things along. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Premium Learning channel for future videos.